Everybody knows slapping is violence, but not many know that insulting somebody by words is also violence. The United Nations defines violence against women as any act of gender-based violence that results in, or is likely to result in, physical, sexual or mental harm or suffering to women, including threats of such acts, coercion or arbitrary deprivation of liberty, whether occurring in public or in private life. Do you know, in the world, 1 out of 3 women suffers from violence during her life. In Vietnam, 58% of women who have been married or in intimate relationships suffer at least one type of violence. Violence against women and girls consists of 4 main types: physical violence, emotional violence, economic violence, and sexual violence.
Physical violence is defined as the use of physical force against women and girls, including slapping, beating, punching, and kicking. This violence can happen both at home and in public. Emotional violence is a form of mental abuse, including scolding, abusing, disregarding, insulting, threatening, isolating, and controlling behaviors. Long-lasting domestic Cold War is also a form of emotional violence. Economic violence is a form of abuse when one intimate partner has control over the other partner's access to economic resources, including prohibiting women to work or controlling her income. Sexual violence is any kinds of unwanted sexual behavior towards women and girls, including sexual harassment, sexual assault, rapes and sex trade, in order to restrict her from controlling her own body, including access to sexual and reproductive health.
Violence against women and girls is a result of gender inequality and a serious violation of human rights. It occurs everywhere, regardless of wealth, and causes severe damages to victims, such as physical injuries, death, implications on reproductive health, risks of transmitting HIV and sexual transmitted diseases, severe psychological trauma including depression, and even suicidal thoughts. Violence against women and girls also causes huge loss to women's income and national economy. According to the UN, nearly 1/3 of women survivors of violence had their work interrupted. Women who suffer violence lose nearly 20% of their monthly income. An estimated loss caused by domestic violence comes to more than 3% of Vietnam's GDP in 2010. Every conflict can be solved without violence. Equip yourself with knowledge and raise your voice to stop violence against women and girls. Protect yourself and your beloved. Join us to stop violence against women and girls.